The Chargers beat the Patriots 6-0, and that was rough. That was rough to watch. I'm just going to be honest with you. Whether you're a Patriots fan or a Chargers fan, you did not have fun watching that game. And if you are not a fan of either team, you probably didn't even watch the game because that's how bad it was. I'm going to tell you all of the good and all of the bad from the Chargers side. So make sure to like and subscribe if you do enjoy this content. It helps me out so much. And now, let me talk about this offense, specifically Quentin Johnston. He was the best thing about this offense today. He had easily the best game of his career with 5 catches and 52 yards on only 7 targets. So that's a pretty good catch to target ratio. And it finally looked like Justin Herbert was comfortable throwing the ball to him. He was running just about a full route tree as well with slants, screens, comebacks, deep crossers, and verticals. But he did drop a ball yet again. That would have been a huge play and would have put the Chargers in scoring position on a 3rd and 12. Justin Herbert rolled to his right, hit Quentin Johnston perfectly in stride, and he just dropped the ball, man. Guys were dropping balls all day, like Joshua Kelly, Austin Ekeler, Donald Parham, who has now dropped several big balls recently. Pause there. And even Keenan Allen dropped some that he normally would have caught. But I don't think that Quentin Johnston dropped that ball because of the rain today. The way that it bounced off of his hand, it's like it hit his palm, and you can clearly see that it just got away from him. I can't give him a pass for that drop because he's dropped a lot of balls this year since training camp, and it has shown up in multiple games now, and most notably that Packers game where he dropped the game-winning freaking catch, man. Overall, this is a positive for him because he had more targets, catches, and yards than before while only having that one drop. It was just one. He just has to stay focused and continue working on his game to eliminate those drops. But this is a really big step in the right direction. Gerald Everett was able to get the Chargers offense going early because of the Patriots safeties having a miscommunication. He picked up 27 yards. But then it was Keenan Allen working towards the sideline that got the Chargers offense going, and that has been their bread and butter all season, man. Those Keenan Allen routes outside the numbers combined with Justin Herbert's arm strength, it is a perfect combination, and they utilize it really well. The problem again, it comes down to inconsistency because right after that, they got that big chunk play by Gerald Everett. It was a false start by Zion Johnson. Then, right after that Keenan Allen big play, it was a 1st down drop by Donald Parham that would have put the Chargers in the red zone. A 2nd down scramble for Justin Herbert that went to 1 yard. And then a 3rd down miscommunication by Herbert to Jalen Guyton. And to be honest with you, bro, I don't even know what that play call was because Jalen Guyton ran way beneath the sticks. It would have not been a 1st down even if he caught the ball, and the way Justin Herbert threw it to the outside, like towards the sideline, it wouldn't have been a 1st down that way either. So I don't even know what they were trying to do. I think that they were probably just trying to get a few yards to kick a field goal, which is an even bigger problem to me than a miscommunication because why not try to get the 1st down there? I hate the mentality of not trying to convert a 3rd down and just pick up a few yards to attempt the field goal, especially when you're in the 1st quarter. Now, the offense did not score a touchdown and only had 241 yards total with 29 yards rushing at 1.2 yards per carry. That is awful, man. And that is the 2nd week in a row now where the offense has looked totally lost and unable to play at the high level that we know that they are capable of because we've seen it at times this year. Look at the Dolphins game, the Lions game, man. And last week, people were telling me, oh, the Ravens, man, they just have a great defense. But I was adamant that the Chargers were just making mistakes and they can play better. And now we see it here again against the Patriots defense. They could only score 6 points. And that defense, man, listen to this. They gave up 21 points to the Raiders, 34 points to the Saints, 20 to the Commanders, and 10 to the Colts, the Giants, and the Jets. And we only scored 6 points with Justin Herbert. Let's talk about Justin Herbert, because he continues to not get help from anyone on offense around him. The running game, absolutely stagnant, man. 1.2 yards per carry is disgusting. And they're running the ball way too much. After a turnover by Tuli, the Chargers had a great opportunity to score first. So they ran the ball 3 straight times and punted it. Kellen Moore runs the ball way too often, and there is no scenario where you should run the ball 3 straight times with Justin Herbert as your quarterback. The first drive of the second half, it's a drop by Austin Ekeler, a miscommunication with Keenan Allen, and then J.C. Jackson has perfect defense and gets the pass breakup on Quentin Johnston. I mean, Justin Herbert continues to look really good on offense. Yeah, he makes some mistakes here and there. He doesn't have perfect accuracy. Sometimes he's late on reads, but he's way better than these stats show. With the lack of a running game and lack of receivers that are able to consistently catch the ball. By the way, I think we should give more playing time to Alex Erickson because I'm actually liking what I'm seeing out of him more than guys like Jalen Guyton and even Donald Parham. I don't think we should target him as often as we are now because he's dropped some pretty big balls, like I said. But this offensive line, I want to get a shout out to them because Justin Herbert was not sacked, and I think he was only hit 1 time in this game, so they actually stepped up. Now let's talk about this defense. Morgan Fox, or should I say Morgan Cox, had some really good penetration on a couple of plays, had a tackle for loss and a pressure. This defensive line in total, I thought they played pretty well for most of the game. Like Nick Williams and Austin Johnson were able to make a few plays, but Khalil Mack continues to be a world beater. He got 2 sacks, tackle for loss, and he sealed the edge off in the running game just about all day. Tuli Tuipulotu is also still an absolute baller. On a 3rd and 1, he got blocked down low, fell down, so Patriots got a first down. But then that same drive on a 2nd and 5, just outside the red zone, he swiped away the right tackle at the speed of light and got the tackle for loss on Rhamondre Stevenson and forced the fumble and recovered the fumble. He did literally everything on that play and completely swung the momentum. That was a pivotal play in this game because the Patriots were having their way with this defense up until that point with those easy gains for Rhamondre Stevenson all the way downfield. And Tuli put a stop to that with one amazing play. And Rhamondre, he was starting to tear up this defense. And if he did not get injured on this play, I think that this game would have played out pretty differently. Now, the Chargers defense shut out the Patriots offense in this game, which is a very tough thing to do. That is a big monumental task for any team in the NFL to shut out another professional offense in this league. But I'm not as impressed with them as these statistics show. And let me tell you why. There were a number of plays where I just thought the Patriots missed opportunities. Yes, we had guys playing well that I just mentioned, and believe me, they were legitimately very good. But the weaknesses on this defense continue to look bad. Missed tackles by all these defensive backs, huge cushions being given up pre-snap, guys running open downfield because of a safety miscommunication, and the dreaded middle of the field being wide open. The Chargers were able to shut down Bailey Zappe for most of this game because oftentimes, if his first read wasn't open, he would freak out, tuck the ball, and try to run out of the pocket. I actually thought that he sensed the rush pretty well in this game, but he left the pocket way too early, and he could not throw the ball on target to his guys. Derwin James was able to get the sack on 4th down to basically end this game, and it was a beautiful blitz with Tuli taking away the guard, Justin Hollins running down, taking that left tackle out of the play, but they motioned Ezekiel Elliott to the left side of the quarterback where Derwin was blitzing from, and he just completely missed the block. He went for Justin Hollins on the outside rather than Derwin. Now listen, I'm glad that Derwin made that play, and I absolutely give him credit for the sack, while also giving Brandon Staley credit for the play call. I know, crazy, I'm giving him credit, but this game had the feel of 2 teams that were trying to make the least amount of mistakes in order to win the game rather than make the most amount of plays to win the game. And the Chargers, they just made less mistakes and had a better defense in special teams. Even the refs were making mistakes, like that tipped ball that went under review and they said it still wasn't tipped. Now I want to talk about the special teams because honestly, this is the main reason we won this game. In the first half, the Patriots had more yards than us, but we were winning 6-0, and then in the second half, nobody scored at all. But the reason we were winning is because of the field position battle. Derius Davis had a nice 30-something yard punt return, and guys like AJ Finley, Deane Leonard, and Deion Henley were getting tackles on special teams. Listen to these stats on the punts, and you're going to be impressed, okay? Patriots' first punt, Derius Davis returned it for 13 yards. And then the Chargers punt, and Blake Lynch tackles him for -5 yards on the return. Chargers punt again, get the ball down at the 6-yard line, and then the Patriots punt, and it's down at the 18-yard line. the Chargers punt again because this offense was playing so poorly, and they pinned the Patriots back at their own 9-yard line. The Chargers were winning the field position game all day because of their great tackling on the punt and kicking teams, but also because of Derius Davis consistently getting yardage on returns to help out the Chargers offense. And oh my God, they needed it, man. He averaged 18.3 yards per return. That is like basically getting 2 first downs for free to help out this offense. And in my opinion, that was the main reason that the Chargers won today. So that is everything that happened in the Chargers and Patriots game. A little bit of a rough watch, but we still won. That is the biggest thing that matters, unless you're hoping for a draft pick. But thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow.